So if you watch my TikToks or follow me on TikTok, then you'll know that I do quite a lot of special effects. I do actually have a special effects channel, so I'll leave that linked in the description, and I would love it if you can go and follow me over there. I haven't posted for quite a while over there, but I am going to start posting like at least once or twice a week, like a special effects tutorial sort of thing each week, on like one of the looks that I do over on my TikTok. And I just wanted to come on here and give you guys an idea of what you would need to start special effects as a beginner. I'm not going to give like loads of products because special effects products can be dead expensive, so I'm just going to give you like a few of the main ones that you would need that I found best, like as a beginner, that I've used the most and that I've liked the most and that I found the easiest to use, sort of thing really. I'm not posting this on my special effects channel because I just wanted to post this as a main channel video, just to let you guys know that I do special effects on TikTok and on YouTube on my second channel, which I will leave both links in the description. But without further ado, let's get into it. So I get asked quite a lot like what I use and what I would recommend for beginners, so that's why I'm doing this video. So this is my special effects kit, and I do have loads in here, but like I'm not gonna go through it all because that'll take way too long. I'm just gonna let you guys know like what I recommend and what I suggest that you should get if you're thinking of starting special effects, or if you've just started, that sort of thing. So the first thing that I use the most is my Nye Scar Wax. As you can see, I have used this whole big tub. I just dropped a little bit. It's literally like mostly empty, it's just got a tiny bit left in it, and I use this in most of my looks. Like this is definitely the best scar wax that I've used, and I do have a new tub here which is a baby one, and I've used quite a bit of that already as well. What you do with scar wax is like you just put it on the skin and then you smooth it out, and you can like make a wound or like a scar sort of thing. Like a scar wax, if you're colouring it and using the blood and putting the blood on it, then it is only single use, so that's why I get through it so fast. There's lots of different alternatives. One other good scar wax that I do like to use is the Nazaroo one, which you can get from Amazon, but it's not as good as Nye, and it doesn't have any colour to it, so you have to colour it a bit more, probably like add a bit more blood onto it if you are a beginner. But the best one that I have found is definitely the Nye Scar Wax. The next thing I recommend getting is some liquid latex. I have this Graftobian one, but like you can find liquid latex literally any, like all over Amazon. There's loads of different ones, all at different price points as well, which they will vary in quality, but I mean if you're a beginner you don't need like a high quality liquid latex. So what you can do with liquid latex is you can either actually use it to make like wounds and scars by literally like you put latex on and you add a layer of like tissue paper, then you dry it, add more latex, more tissue paper, and just build it up like that, and then you can kind of like cut into it. It doesn't look very realistic, but I mean for a beginner it's fun. Halloween it's good. You can also use this to stick on your scar wax belt, so liquid latex is definitely up there on like the top 5 things to get as a beginner. Next, I recommend getting your hands on some tools and some paintbrushes. With like Sfx tools, you can just kind of use them to like shape your wound and shape what you're trying to make. This one's really sharp, but this side, I really like this side of it. Just because it really helps me to smooth out the scar wax as well and just shape what I want. I've got like this random tool, and I've got like another little one, and paintbrushes to paint like your wound, to like add the redness and stuff around it, really come in handy. And you can find special effects tools like for really cheap on Amazon, and paintbrushes, like you can literally get them for like £1, like less than £1. Next, I recommend getting a paint palette. You don't have to splurge on a paint palette at all. This one cost me £6, and it's the one that I actually use most. It's a little bit dirty, but these are like cream paints, so I do recommend also getting something to water them down. I have this tub of IPA, which I'm sorry looks a big mess, but being a special effects artist, like your stuff gets so messy, fake blood everywhere. But yeah, I literally just pour a bit of this IPA into the cap, and dip my paintbrush in, and then dip my paintbrush in the paints just to water them down a little bit, because obviously like when you've got a wound, like it's not like fully block red around it, like you want to water it down and like kind of stipple it on just so it looks like a more irritated like skin red rather than like painted red. Next, you're going to need some fake bloods. I have loads. I've just dropped that one. And like when you like do special effects, like you definitely use a range of bloods and find out which ones you like the most. But again, like there's so many different bloods to buy from on the internet. Like there's thick bloods, like this Nye Fresh Scab is like quite a thick one. I can never open it because it's so sticky and it always sticks to the top. But like this one's like a really thick blood, and you can like put it in the wound first, like to make it look all like bumpy and sticky and like really thick. Or you've got like runny thick bloods, like this is good for like a nosebleed or like the drip from a wound. I've got like this congealed blood from Glyn McKay. This is like a dark blood as well, so like on some wounds like they look a bit darker if they're a bit deeper. And I also have this Sfx Fake Blood from Revolution. This is a spray blood and this is really runny. Again, this was like £5 or £6 and it's actually a really good blood. Like if you were to get like 2 bloods to start your collection, I would actually recommend this Revolution Sfx one. I don't know if they do it now because they did it as a Halloween, but a runny blood, just get a runny blood. Like I have this Robert Smith one which is also really good. I really like it. And then getting like a thicker blood as well, like a blood paste. I have this one from Graftobian or Graftobian, sorry, I don't know how you pronounce that brand. And it's like a thicker blood, so like I can put this in the wound first to make it like all thick and deep, and I can go over the top with like a thinner blood, or use this for like, as I said, like nosebleeds and stuff. So definitely get like a thick blood and a thin blood, or you could also get like a lighter blood and a darker blood. But yeah, these are probably my 2 favourite bloods. I also recommend getting some stipple sponges. I just use these to like, I dip them into the blood and then just kind of stipple the blood around the wound. It makes it like, rather than like painting droplets of blood around the wound, it doesn't look as realistic. But like especially for like a gunshot wound, like when I've done one on my forehead, like to stipple the blood around like makes it look like it's kind of just exploded like it would when a bullet enters your head. And these are so cheap. You can get these for like 90p on eBay. These are really cheap, but they just help to create like a more natural effect when you like stipple the blood around. And then I would recommend getting some Vaseline. Vaseline's so cheap, you can get like a little tub of it. Like you do not need a tub this big. Like I've had this for ages and that's how much I've used. Like you don't need a huge tub of it at all. This really helps to smooth out the scar wax. Scar wax can be really tricky to use, but I recommend like definitely getting some Vaseline to help smooth it out, because then it just makes like the oilier texture on your finger, so it's really easy to smooth it out because scar wax is really sticky. And then once you've used Vaseline, it might leave like your wound looking a bit shiny or a bit oily, so just using a bit of powder over the top of it will just help to take away the shine, but you don't have to, like that's not an essential. I think I've covered everything that I would buy as a beginner. You don't have to spend loads on it at all. Like I spent so much on my kit because it was for uni, but like going through just using everything, I found such cheaper alternatives which I've probably liked more. So yeah, I hope that this video has helped you. Please remember to give me a like and subscribe, and also please go and follow my special effects YouTube linked in the description, and I will see you in my next video.